Hello Facebook and YouTube, this is Bob Brown and welcome to my channels. Today is Friday, March 24th, 2017. A lot of great basketball on Final Four, the Cavs, a lot of great basketball for you guys out there. Keep watching. So I'm going to do a quick video here on a series of videos I've done that seem to be getting a lot of attention, and that's on negaholics and psychopaths. Now, I'm not a psychologist, I'm a business analyst. I'm working on a doctorate in business. I'm a business analyst, so I look at things through the lens of business analysis. I look through it from lean manufacturing, from Six Sigma, through analytics, through IBM Watson, but I've started to notice some trends, and I wanted to share it with people. And I made a really long video on this where I kind of shared my life's experience in these two phenomena. Now, Dr. Rubin wrote a book in the 1970s called The Angry Book. And in Dr. Rubin's book, he talks about slush fund anger. This is where you just build up this slush fund of anger over time. Just a slush fund about anxiety, the world, panic attacks, how you were mistreated as a child, mistreated as an adult. And it just kind of keeps building up this slush fund anger. And then it can lash out, or you lash out for inappropriate reasons. Something very innocuous happens and you just you blow up over it. Or, the cat makes a mess in the house and man, it's the end of the world. It's the end of the world. Or, someone at work didn't say hello to you the right way and then you just blow up. That's signs that you have this slush fund of anger and that you need to deal with it. Negaholics is another term from Dr. Rubin. Negaholics, and I'm a negaholic, it's just like an alcoholic. You're addicted to being down. Everything's bad. Everything's worse. The world is terrible. Oh my God, do you see who they voted for? Do you see? Oh my God, everything's just terrible. And you blow up, everything's just total negativity. If you look at the mass media nowadays, I won't name them, but you know them, they just feed negativity and they're feeding negaholics. You got to learn to do Norman Vincent Peale, The Power of Positive Thinking. Can't recommend that idea enough, can't recommend that book enough. The Power of Positive Thinking. You've got to get on a positive line. So once you recognize you are a negaholic like I did, then there's the connection I've seen in business, how businesses get into trouble. Because if you have a lot of negaholics, you're not going to have a successful business, trust me, or a successful department, or you won't be able to launch your business. Then you mix in a psychopath. Now, I want to keep this video short. So a psychopath is a person that has something wrong with their occipital cortex and the amygdala. They lack empathy. They literally structurally lack empathy in the brain. Now, there's a whole spectrum, in my opinion, of psychopaths, just like the spectrum of autism or Asperger's. Again, I'm not a psychologist, I'm a business analyst, and I look at this from an analyst of how the people are behaving in your business. But I think it's valuable what I have to say here. So I believe there's a spectrum of psychopathy. It's not just he's a psychopath and she's a psychopath. There's a spectrum. There's a complete spectrum of psychopathy. So you can have psychopath-like, that's like Dr. James Fallon, that may be like a neurosurgeon. These are people who can be very clinically dispassionate when they need to be. Dr. James Fallon is a neuroscientist, and he's really the work we're talking about here because he was a neuroscientist that discovered that he was a psychopath, and he learned to kind of emulate the behavior of people around him. So he took a moral high ground on his journey from learning that what he